Atlanta News First and Peachtree TV are part of Gray Television, and so is our corporate cousin Telemundo Atlanta, which serves Georgia's growing Spanish-speaking population. Starting this Monday, Telemundo Atlanta viewers will see a brand new face anchoring the news at 6 and 11 p.m. We thought we'd give you an early introduction. So joining us this morning in our studio is Adhemar Montagne, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. Welcome to Atlanta. You're here at such an exciting time.
Yes, Greg, thank you very much for having me here at ANF, and great to be part of this family, ANF Telemundo family. Super excited to start next Monday, and so I've gotten a really nice and warm welcome from ATL. Is that how you say it? ATL?
Absolutely. You'd say ATL or the A, whatever. You're getting right into it. Talk to us about, because this is the most recent stop on what has been a distinguished career, and you have had postings really all over the world prior to coming and working here in Atlanta. Tell us a little bit about your journalistic background.
Well, I was very fortunate to start in Big Apple in New York City and back in 1991. Soon after that, I moved to San Antonio, Texas, so that was kind of a culture shock, right? And then I did a short sports stint out in California, so I did 2 years in San Francisco with Telemundo. Then I was at Fox Sports in LA. Soon after that, I went back to New York, and I spent the better half of my career there, almost 20-something years, working in different Spanish networks and a 24-hour outfit called Spectrum News. And then after that, I went to Miami, so I spent a year and a half in Miami before coming here to Atlanta.
And you grew up the son of a diplomat, so you've seen the world, you've seen a good part of the United States, and now you're here in Atlanta. We just did a story yesterday about the projected growth here in Atlanta of the metro area. The population here is expected to explode, and this part of the country, this metro area, is just exploding. And I imagine that there is a big Spanish-speaking population here that's hungry for stories about what's happening in their communities.
Right. I heard about 2 million in the next 25 years, something like that. Yeah, absolutely. There's a hunger, there's a need, especially with the immigrant community. When someone new comes to this country, they need information and tools to navigate the obstacles that a new country and a new language can pose. And so that's what Telemundo is here for, Telemundo Atlanta and Telemundo Georgia, because we're in a whole state. And it's funny, people ask me, well, where are you from? I said, well, that's a kind of long story. I was born in London, I lived in Italy, I lived in Chile, I lived in Colombia, I lived in Peru, I lived in El Salvador. And so, and a little, short stay in Mexico. So, to all those Latinos, Hispanics who want to know where I'm from everywhere. I'm yours.
I wonder how all of those experiences of living in different places have shaped the way that you approach your job as a journalist, the way you look at stories, the way you decide what stories you want to tell.
Well, culturally, I think it's important to, be exposed to all these things. I think I have an advantage over other people who have perhaps not have that, the luck to be living in different countries. One thing is to go and visit as a tourist. Another thing is to actually be immersed in that culture, learn their culture, understand their culture, and approach them in my career from their perspective. So definitely, we'll be out there, talking to the people, being in the community, and earning their respect.
In the short time that you've been here, any fun Atlanta experiences that you've had? Any restaurants you've gone and eaten at, or museums that you've visited that stand out?
We visited what's that path that used to be a railroad?
Krog Street Market. Or the Beltline.
The Beltline, right? Yeah. It's almost like the High Line in New York, but it's so we visited that. Ponce de Leon Market.
Yes, Ponce de Market.
And I have to go to Tio Lucho now that I've seen it.
I know, right? We saw that. That looks really good. I mean, there's so much happening here. I mean, that's really the point. And you've seen that in just the short time that you've been here. We got to cover stories. And one of the big stories going into November is that this is a big election year, a big political year. How much of a focus are you going to be able to put on that to talk about politics here in Georgia and how it affects people's lives?
Well, politics is definitely a big part of Hispanics. I think that they have to understand, the intricacies of, different bills that are presented both at the state level and national level. Right now, there's the criticism because of all the immigrants that are coming into the country, even from the Hispanics, because some of them have come here legally and they're saying, well, why are these people coming illegally? And taxing the school systems, taxing the municipal systems that cannot maybe absorb that. So it's interesting for them, important for them to understand what's going on, and we'll provide information, objective information for them to make the decisions that they have to make. We'll just present the facts.
What do you like to do for fun?
I'm a cyclist, but I've done other stuff. In my career, I've flown a supersonic jet with the United States Air Force on Air Force Week. That was out of Randolph Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. You can see the images right there. And so that was actually very early in my career. I was about maybe 25 years old there. I had not, I think my wife was pregnant at the time with my son. He's now 29.
Wow.
And my daughter's 25. So yeah, we have 2 beautiful children, thank God. And in a 32-and-a-half-year marriage. So
good for you.
Yeah, and skydiving. I love skydiving. That's one of the thrills that I'm kind of an ex-sports enthusiast.
All right, well, I'm not going to join you for skydiving, but I'd be happy to go do something, maybe go walk around Ponce City Market with you.
All right.
Adhemar, thank you so much for coming in. Congratulations on the new job. We're thrilled that you're here in Atlanta with Telemundo Atlanta. Again, Adhemar makes his debut on the evening news on Telemundo Atlanta, which covers all of Georgia this coming Monday. And again, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we'll be right back. Don't go away.